and blessings, everyone. Peace and blessings to the universe. All praises go to the Most High. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I am Queen. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Yes, my name is Queen. Also, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I post a video. The Wiccans. I want to talk about the Wiccans. What is the Wiccans? That's those who practice Wicca. That's those who are dark-hearted and dark-spirited. Witches are real, okay? That's the Wiccans. Those who practice black magic. Those who practice darkness upon the like others, okay? When you talk about the law of attraction, that is the law of the spirit, okay? That's the law of the spirit. And you have to respect the law. If you don't respect the law, you're gonna get bad karma. Just that. And in the universe, you have to leave well enough alone. You leave those who are good, you leave them alone because there will be bad karma. Okay? If you don't want bad karma, you do just right. You do right by the universe. You stick to the law of attraction. You stick to the law of the universe. Okay? That's what that guide is for. You know wrong and right. That's all the law is for. Okay? For entertainment purposes only, but for educational purposes. Okay? So when you go into the 10 Commandments, it's more than just 10 Commandments. Let me tell you about the law. The only thing about the law is you're supposed to know right and wrong. That's what the law is. Okay? You know not to steal, you know not to kill, you know not to destroy. But you're also supposed to worship your temple. And those are other things that's in the commandments that's not mentioned because we go by the 42 laws of Ma'at, right? Okay. So when you go by the 42 laws of Ma'at, it's wrong and right. The laws of the universe, okay? So the Wiccans, they do not stick to the law of the universe. They do not care about the law of the universe. They just want to get ahead and they just want to feel good about themselves, okay? How do you know when someone is doing witchcraft on you? Let me tell you how you know. You may feel sick. You may come up with rashes, boils, whatever it is. And when you go into the doctor, when you're going to the doctor over and over, they can't find anything wrong with you. But you know that there's something wrong with you. Let me tell y'all a story, okay? There was a certain someone that lived with us. And I have spoken about her in my past videos, but I'm going to call her Clara in this video, okay? So Clara came and stayed with us because she had separated from her husband and we had pity on her. She came to live with us for the time being. And we had also lived with her before. But she lived with us and she disrespected us in our own home and she came in to destroy, okay? And that's what the Wiccans do. They come in with their darkness. It's that dark cloud and they come to destroy. So out the kindness of our hearts, we were kind and we did just that. So I was cleaning one day. My husband kept complaining about his head spinning. Every time he was working, his head was just spinning, spinning, spinning. And he didn't understand what was going on. And we said, Clara can't be doing it. We were eating her food. We were like, Clara can't be doing it because Clara walks around reading the Bible. Clara walks around talking about God. Clara knows that it's destruction on her soul. She does anything like that. That's what we thought. So let me tell you something. Don't ever put anything past anybody because people do evil things because they don't think it's going to come back on them. They don't think that God is going to deal with them. They think that they ask for forgiveness and that's it. But it's more than asking for forgiveness. You can ask for forgiveness, but you're still going to receive that punishment. And that's what the dark side don't care about that punishment. They don't. They're just like, when I get it, I'll take it. No, but that punishment is gonna whoop your ass. I have to say, it's gonna whoop your tail. Okay. So, oh, you gonna get whooped because the Most High, He don't play no games. Okay. You better do right because it's law. Yes, there is law, and you may not believe it, but there is law. Okay. So y'all go check out the 42 laws of my yacht, okay? So back to the story. So we was nice to Claire. We brought Claire wigs. We was so nice to Claire. We gave her a place to stay. And we was so foolish in everything we did for Claire because we put it past Claire, but Claire was doing something to my husband's hats. I was cleaning one day. Cleaning. And I'm a praying woman. I'm a priestess. I am queen. Ashe. So that's what I do. I pray. And I talk to God always because God don't go nowhere. When you stop talking to him, that's when he closes his ear to you. Okay? So I talk to God all the time because he don't go nowhere. Okay? I talk to the Spirit, the Holy Spirit all the time because your ancestors, the Holy Spirit don't go nowhere. Okay? So I was talking to the Spirit and I was cleaning. This is years ago, y'all. This is like in 2010. I'm cleaning. And I'm like, okay. I said, something's not right. My husband, I had to go pick him up from work. His head is spinning. I'm like, what is really going on? So I'm praying. I'm cleaning. Right before I go pick him up, I'm cleaning. I said, something ain't right. I said, it feels so bad. I turned and looked at them hats. My husband has hats propped up on the couch lined up. I said, let me put these hats in the closet because it's easy access to these hats. I said, I don't know what Clara is doing. I said, but I can't put nothing past her. And so I started reading. And in the past, I told you, it wasn't until I ate Clara food that I found out that Clara was a witch, okay? I'm just gonna say it. The Wiccans, the hearted, okay? That's what they are, the dark hearted. And you gotta watch out for those dark hearted people because they don't care, okay? They don't have a care in the world. All they care is about getting their satisfaction. So I put them hats in the closet. Claire asked me, where's his hats? I said I put them up in the closet. So when we started leaving, we started locking our door. But me, being who I am, the priestess I am, I knew that she was finding a way to get in that room. So my husband, he got rid of all those hats. He was going to the doctor and they were saying they didn't know what was wrong. That later boils appeared on his head. I had to pray over him. I had to go into action as a priestess. And I had to pray over his head. And I had to do what I had to do, and I did a lot of prayer. I am the one who healed my husband's head. And things don't just happen overnight. It took months, but I healed his head. I did that. He hadn't ever had anything like that in his head. It was unexplainable. They wanted to draw something out of it, nothing came out of it. So I went, and he was in confusion a lot. His head was spinning. And the doctors was saying, it's not vertigo. They couldn't figure out what it was. He went to different doctors, multiple doctors. So that's how you know if someone is doing witchcraft on you. Pay attention. Because you're going to go to the doctor over and over. And they're not going to be able to tell you what's wrong with you. But you're going to know something is wrong with you, okay? You're going to know something's wrong. Trust your intuition. You're not crazy. You better go to the priest or the priestess to get healing because those are the ones, the healers, those are the ones who can help you, okay? Go to a good healer that works for God, for the Most High, and you'll see how they can heal you of these things, okay? So I healed my husband's head. I did. And his head had to have a lot of cleansing. And as I cleansed his head, his thoughts became clear. Everything became clear for him, and he was able to think again. Because it's pure evil when people do these things. The hurt, the pain, the doubt, everything negative that they put upon others is evil what they do. And they don't see no evil in what they do because they are the Wiccans, okay? They are the Wiccans, you understand? So you gotta watch out for the Wiccans because they sit in your church. They're the ones probably praising God the most, okay? They're the ones falling out and you looking at them on the floor. And you might see people picking them up because they just don't know that they are the wicked. They go to church to cover their guilt. They ask for forgiveness and they don't think that they're going to be dealt with. But God, He don't ever forget. There is a such thing as bad karma. What comes around goes around. What goes up must go. Hey, it must go down. The things you do, it always come back to you, okay? As above, so below. Always remember. Always remember, okay? And most importantly, remember who you are because you are a child of the Most High. And when you're connected to Source, everything else falls into place. The universe falls into place. The universe is in play. So you watch and you pay attention and you use discernment because the Wiccans is real, okay? But your discernment shall show you who the Wiccans are. It's not about the things they do because they're going to act perfect in their ways. Oh, the Wiccans always act perfect in their ways. They're not going to show you what they do, okay? Me, I have no shame in my game. God says if you're ashamed of what you do, don't do it. So me, I am a healer. I'm a counselor. I help spiritually. That's what I do spiritually. I pray. So I help manifest. So the thing is, when you see the Wiccans, they're not going to show you what they do, okay? They're going to be cunning. They're going to be cunning in your eyes. They're going to be so nice. And I told y'all to watch people being nice. You can be kind. You can be sweet. But you got to watch them nice people just being overly nice all the time. You got to watch it. Then you get those with their witch tongue. You got to watch it because it's all control. Long as you keep the Most High first, everything else will fall into place, like I said, okay? So watch the Wiccans, these dark-hearted, spirited people, okay? That's the message, okay? That's the download. I've been taking a break, but the Spirit came in. The Spirit said, speak about the Wiccans. Speak about this darkness, this dark cloud. Because a lot of people are being terrorized by the Wiccans and you don't even know it. It's the people that's close to you and you don't even know it. You had things going great for you and then all of a sudden things are going bad and you're like, what's going on? You better watch the Wiccans. Okay? Keep your protection. That's what protection is for. Okay? Your spiritual protection, your holy protection. Keep it on you, okay? At all times. Because new levels, new devils, okay? The higher levels you go, it's gonna always be new devils, okay? Because they always preying on God's people. They always looking to tear us down. They come to steal, kill, and destroy. That's what this deceiver spirit does. Don't fall for it. Okay? Don't fall for it. Okay? And like I always tell you, don't be eating people food. Don't just be taking things from people. Okay? I don't care if it's money. All money ain't good money. Always remember that. For real. You waking up with scratches on your back, with scratches all over you and bruises. Remember that the spirit is real. You better watch who you have around you, okay? Like they always say, keep them squares out your circle. That's real. Because some people are burdens. And you won't see it until it's like that snake until it bites you. Like a viper, okay? That's when you'll see it. So I am Queen Ashe. Do not forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I will be back with another video soon. Okay? Like I always say, when the Holy Spirit had me come on here, I have to get on here. Okay? Because I am very obedient to the Most High. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. And it's one love. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. One love.